inside the distance. And in contrast to the immaculate and precise craft of Arguello, well, he is the reckless street fighter. So there was a clash of styles and indeed of personalities. The fight was at the Orange Bowl, both men on $1.5 million purses. Pryor enjoyed a 1.5 pound advantage, and our man at ringside in Miami was Reg Guthridge.
Well, now, this fellow Aaron Pryor, you haven't seen him before. He's going to come charging out as he normally does. The most unorthodox boxer you ever saw in your life. Does somersaults, spins around, but can he do it with such a great craftsman as Alex Arguello? Well, they're not bothering to size each other up because Pryor always fights like this. He's had 5 wins in the first round. And Arguello must have expected that, because he unloaded punches with him and said, hold on, you're not getting away with that. Pryor giving the impression that he's even grinning at the great lightweight champion. Unbeaten, remember, Pryor. Stopped 29 of 31. And set for 15 rounds. Well, let's say it's almost impossible to keep this pace up. I tell you, he's getting through to Arguello earlier than most of his opponents do. They need a round or two to find this fellow out. Arguello did go on the floor with Andy Gunningham, but bounced back and stopped him. What a start this is, unreal. Well, Pryor said he's going to come out smoking, and he means it too. I tell you, you've seen enough punches midway through the first round, the last 15 in some fights, and I haven't seen Arguello tagged like this, and he looks in trouble. Nobody stopped Alex Arguello, believe me. But at 30, I suppose the old legs are going on him a bit, and how's he going to stop this hawk for the Cyclone, as they call him, from Cincinnati? I dare say majority of you've never heard of, let alone seen. Great amateur record, and fights like a buzzsaw. A remake of the old Henry Armstrong, who won 3 championships simultaneously. Well, they're getting $1.5 million each, and they're going to start earning it. Arguello, unusual for him, trying to mix it. He's got to do something to stave Pryor off. You can't just bide time and box with this fellow. He rushes, takes you out of your stride. I tell you, with all this emotion charged at ringside, you can hardly catch the breath with the amount of punches that are being thrown. So let's have a look at replay, and even if they slow this down, it'll still look twice as much speed. Pryor hangs his head out there, stuck up like a lantern, but doesn't care because he's so unorthodox the way he throws punches. And really, that's an unusual sight. Such a great champion as Arguello. So round 2 then. And really, there's so many stars around the ringside here. They've almost got their jaws dropped. Burt Reynolds, Paul Newman, Dustin Hoffman, they're all here. And they're getting value for money too. $500 ringside. Arguello straight punching now. Pryor's defense is not that good, although he's unbeaten, so it must be useful. This is reckoned to be one of the best trade fights of modern years. Everybody in the business wanted to come and see this one because it was so difficult to predict the winner. Arguello actually came in favourite. Aaron Pryor was 2-1 against the defending champion at light welterweight. Well, there's the old buzzsaw going to work there, Aaron Pryor. Watch your hit, only 26. Arguello's 30. Pryor looked as though his legs had buckled on him a bit there. He got a bit too cocky, came in very square, and was a sucker for that right hand punch from Arguello. South African referee reminding Pryor not to pull the man on. Pryor was telling me that he says, I'm not going to give this fellow any time to think. I'm just going to go in there and hammer and murder him. And although Arguello comes from Nicaragua, he's actually now adopted here in Miami. And is a bit of a local hero, very respected by everybody in the business. Even his beaten opponents like him. As you can see, Pryor doesn't hang around. He's already made 5 defences of the WBA title. What a punch-up this is. It had to be like this, but it's better than I thought, and even the $500 ringside customers can't resist jumping out of their seats. Is Arguello going to try and let this man punch himself out? That's a risky game. Ali did it with George Foreman, but I'm not sure he can do it. Will he punch himself out? He prides himself that he fights 3 minutes every round and can do it for 15, but he's yet to go the 15-round course. So at the end of round 2, they're having trouble with the bell. They forgot to bring a good one. So in replay then, pinned against the ropes, Alex Arguello. And Pryor trying to rough up all the time. Surprising he doesn't get caught easier than that. It's really a square-on stance with no defence, but he doesn't care, and that was the good shot that the crowd rose to, and Pryor knew all about. So round 3, and a very weak bell there, and in Aaron Pryor's corner, the trainer saying, you're the boss now, so roll. He wants his man to get that head and shoulders moving a bit more, because Arguello's capable of picking him off. Alex Arguello going for history, trying to win a 4th championship at a different weight. Never been done before. You see there, he shoved him off, and quite rightly, Christodoulou saying, we don't want any of that. I really can't believe how reckless Pryor allows himself to become. Hangs the head up, but because he's throwing so many punches, he's keeping the other man occupied so much. Well, inevitably, they're not exactly taking a breather, but it's got to slow down just a wee bit after that ridiculous first 2 rounds. For what it matters, of course, Pryor's just got the edge on the weight at 10 stone against 9 stone, 12 and a half. Referee giving him every chance to keep fighting inside. He's not yelling break the whole time. On the other hand, they're not holding, so he needn't. Ah, he's picking them off well now. Arguello almost dissects his opponents, has a good look at them, and then decides which punches he's going to try. One of the great ring artists, Arguello, no question about that. But he can't play possum exactly with Aaron Pryor. These ropes are not strung together, which is unusual. There's 4 ropes. A little bit dangerous when a boxer goes through them like that. But what a cocky character, Aaron Pryor. And the thought of this going 15 rounds, I wouldn't envy the referee and the Japanese and Danish judges. How they're going to score all this with so many punches being thrown. Remember that quality goes along with quantity. And Pryor nodding away there, saying, yes, I'm enjoying that. And so are the crowd. Well, we had a pre-firework display, and it's living up to all the build-up then. Not only one of the great trade fights of our time, but also for the public. Champion Pryor a little bit late for work, coming out there for round 4. And it looks to me as though Arguello's settled down a little bit now. He's saying, OK, I'll let you come at me for a few rounds. Now we've got to get down to work. After 76 fights, 440 professional rounds, remember, Arguello. He knows what it's all about. And he's managed to stop 61 fellows who came at him like this. But you can't knock an unbeaten record, and the defending champion has that. There he is, piling in again, and surprisingly catching Arguello. These fellas are really trained trigger fine. The way they're absorbing blows almost without flinching. Well, apart from a bit of cockiness from Pryor, he really hasn't done any of his outrageous stuff that he's known to do when he does cartwheels in the ring. And turns and leads with a right hand and does all kinds of cocky stuff. He realises that Arguello deserves that respect. And the way he walked away from him there looks as though he didn't like that one too much. So the lightweight champion now getting through a little bit more accurate. But the volume of punches still coming from Pryor. The variety of punches that are thrown are just unbelievable. You're getting uppercuts, hooks, straight punches, double punches, combinations. Everything are coming in from both of them. Arguello advantage in height and reach, but not too much, and him trying to take advantage of that at the end of the round. So while they're getting their breath, we'll take a break, and back in a minute. So round 5 then, and remember, his championship fight scheduled for 15. And it really is all happening here in the giant Orange Bowl in Miami. Hey. 29th world title fight for the South African referee. Considering Pryor seems to be a bit short in the arm, he's not bad with that left hand. He taps away with it. The postman's knock punch. He doubles it up. There it is. Nags away the whole time with that Pryor, keeping Arguello occupied a bit while he's making up his mind what the next blow is going to be. And there it is, a good right hand. Well, after the bustling at the start, they're looking like maybe a little outwitting each other now, trying to. unbelievable energy by Pryor. There's no doubt about that. He hardly takes a second breath. He must have the most amazing heartbeat and pulse rates. He always says, well, it's the fire in my belly that does it. It's time I got into the big time, and he's getting $1.6 million for this one. Oh. Trying to punch low once or twice, Arguello, but Pryor's too busy doing his own thing to complain about that. Almost see Arguello saying to himself, well, what am I going to do with this fellow? What a nagging nuisance he is. Absolutely non-stop, and the crowd rising every time Arguello throws that overarm right hand. They seem to see it coming, but Pryor doesn't care. A little bit of make-up there, and Eddie Futz reminding Arguello he wants some more right hands for the body to try and check Pryor in his stride a bit.
Come on.
So round 6, and there are Pryor's people trying to pump their man up, saying, come on, box him, because Arguello doesn't have any legs. Well, yes, he's carted him around a long time now in the pro ring, I must say, but he's still got plenty of ammunition left. And I really did warn you at the start that this man Pryor was a bit different. And if you compare him with the great pre-war Henry Armstrong, maybe that's overstating the case, but when it comes to action, he certainly throws near as many punches the great homicide Hank did. He can box a bit, Pryor. That's what surprises me. I know that his amateur training was very good. He was in the Olympic trials, lost a close decision to Howard Davis, was very upset about that. But here in Miami, he beat Hill McKenzie and Thomas Hearns as an amateur in the Golden Gloves, and they went on to become world champions. So now it's Pryor's turn. The lightweight champion, Arguello, seems to be concentrating just a bit more on defence now. He's getting those hands, carrying them a bit high, because Pryor's popping away with the left hand and scoring. And in fact, both hands now. In every way, this is a quality world championship. There's no doubt about that. And that's unusual to see Arguello marked, because the referee there just had a quick check. And I don't think you could complain that there was any bumping of heads that caused that. I think it came from Pryor's punches. And as Arguello lands those blows, you can see the water bouncing from Pryor's hair. Well, this is really confident stuff from the little Cincinnati Hawk, as he's known. And you realise that Arguello's already won championships at 3 weights, and his left eye is really bloodied now, and it's swelling. So the seconds, got to get those coagulates out and ice on it now. The work for the seconds has got to start, and let's hope that it doesn't worsen too quickly for Arguello, because this is such a good fight. Well, he strolled back to that corner, didn't he? The sign of a veteran. So in replay now, doesn't always close his gloves. You notice that Pryor flicks a little bit with it. Now there they are working hard on that. Always looks a bit gruesome, doesn't it? They work with the gauze pads on there. 1 in 1,000 adrenaline they're allowed to use, but it is a nasty cut below the eyebrow. Round 7. And Arguello no doubt in trouble now, because that is quite a bad cut. The referee's allowed to call the doctor up if he wants to get a second opinion. But he can only do that during the round itself. The doctor can get up between rounds without being called. But Arguello has punched his way through injuries before. But I must say there's a certain amount of fresh confidence with Aaron Pryor. The underdog, remember, coming into this, although he's the defending champion. And really, Pryor's only a lightweight. He's gone up a division at the junior welters because he couldn't get enough fights. Nobody wanted to beat him, and you can understand why at lightweight. Seems as though there might be a few battle scars there showing with Arguello, apart from the cut on the left eye. He's just not getting off as quickly as he used to, and his legs are a bit rooted. But this man takes some stopping, there's no question about it. Second's done a good job on that cut with Arguello. It hasn't bled at all in this round. Pryor's defence looks so open that you're always waiting for the right hand to come over. But he's obviously very deceptive. The referee just telling Pryor's corner to keep it quiet a bit. It's surprising the amount of point scoring and damage that Pryor's doing with that flicking left hand the whole time. It's kind of a diversionary measure while he's making up his mind, but no, the old champ reminded him again, there's still a lot of fight left in me. And Arguello's always able to put some power in his punches when he's got the man going. Remember, he went 15 rounds with Jim Watt at Wembley and took the Scots WBC Championship. But he's stopped 61 opponents. So Pryor not walking back to that corner quite as healthily as he's done in the previous rounds. Have a look at that in replay again now. Pryor gets his head out the way. The moment he misses with a punch, he finds an exit, but he didn't get away quickly enough then. There it is. And there comes the right hand. There. Sheer concentration there with Alexis Arguello. Round 9. And the way they started, you wouldn't have thought that it could even reach this far. The pace really was unbelievable, but they've got a lot of that out of their system. But nonetheless, it's one of the fastest light welterweight fights you'll ever see. Arguello been cut since the 6th round, but credit the seconds for doing a good job there. And then that great ring mechanic then, Arguello, just gives you those touches that shows why he's won 3 world championships at different weights. He roots himself to the canvas a lot better than Pryor, therefore getting more leverage into his punches. Pryor's always hitting on the ball of his feet or even on his toes, and therefore that cuts down the power. Nonetheless, 29 of his 31 opponents have failed to finish. Yes, tagged him on the chin. Pryor tried to come back to say no, that didn't hurt, but the crowd knew it did. And Arguello really finding range with the right hand. I think the lightweight champion knows that he's soaked up Pryor's best shots now and probably doesn't have too much to fear and is relying on experience and stamina. But really, it's just unbelievable, toe-to-toe again in the ninth. And now it's Pryor's turn. Well, I said he was a bit different, and now you can see why. You need a sledgehammer as well as 8-ounce gloves to stop this little tank from coming on. A countdown now to the end of the round then. And if one man were to go down, they would in fact continue the count after the bell, except in the last round. And the boxers hardly hearing that because this is a totally inadequate bell. They're hitting it with a hammer. Now there's another example now coming up. Just when you think Arguello's come back in and is doing some damage, so little Pryor starts charging back in again. Late getting out of the ring now. Seconds. The score is now checked. Yes, it is now round 11. Take time off and start the 3 minutes and wipe up some of the water in that corner so the boxers won't slip. And just no respite at all. The pace has been absolutely incredible. So the man there in the black trunks, Aaron Pryor, World Boxing Association light welterweight champion, against Alexis Arguello, the WBC lightweight champion. Sheer persistency makes up for what appears to be a total lack of defence by Aaron Pryor. But if a champion's unbeaten in 31 fights, he's got to have something going for him. I like the way Arguello closes in on Pryor when he does tag him with a good punch. He just shuffles those feet and he's right on top of him. Just not allowing Arguello any time to pick his shot. Keeps nagging away. There it is again. Left hand, left hand. And sometimes you get the impression that 76 fights now with Arguello just starting to catch up with him a bit. Whereas quite a lot of people thought Pryor would be the one to run out of gas. It could be the 30-year-old lightweight champion. Well, you can afford to run out of gas when you can strike a punch like that. And then he turns it on Arguello. That's where the mastery shows. Well, there you are, Pryor, going back in again, Pryor. He just says, OK, if that's the way you want it, I'll swap punches. Oh, you can almost feel the force of that punch. And that's the first time that Pryor... And the bell's going, and they haven't heard it. Yes, they have, and Pryor nodded and saying, OK, mate, don't worry about it. He should be sitting on his stool instead. Probably complaining that he heard the bell and the other man didn't. But he was hurt in that round, Pryor. What a cocky character. Let's see if we can catch that right hand coming in now. There it is. And again, and a great close-up that is in replay. Ducking, diving. Can't miss them all in this game. Bang, there it goes. Pryor's second goes over to the referee and tries to complain about something. So round 12, and Pryor's cornermen saying you've got to win the 3 rounds big now, the 15 rounds course. Actually, they fooled him a bit. Of course, it's 4 rounds, isn't it? Suspect then that the lightweight champion must have been encouraged by the right hand he used in that previous round. The fact that neither have taken account really is not so much criticism of lack of punch power, because they both prove they can stop their man, but just sheer even matched and marvellously trained, and a spirit of wills which you won't often see. Oh yes, what an exchange of punches, and the quality stuff definitely came from Arguello, the persistency from Pryor. Arguello refusing to deviate now. That's the punch he wants to nail his man with, the long right hand. Anyone would do, but that's the one he favours. There it goes again, but he's missing with it. Just hasn't been able to connect cleanly yet with the right hand. Meanwhile, Pryor's getting on with the business. They're not hurtful, those blows, by the look of it, Pryor, but they're scoring, although they're all hurtful in their way. Yes, he's getting accurate with it now, Arguello. That right hand punch. He throws it over Pryor's leading arm, and sometimes inside the leading arm. He switches it. It's amazing how that injury around the eye stood up as the bell goes for the end of that one.
Come on, man. What the fuck you guys doing, man? What are you doing? Come on. Wake up now, chum. You have you banned this fight by 1 point.
Have a look at that right hand. You see, he throws it through the middle there. And there it comes again. Look, bang. Boxers really have trouble hearing the bell. That's a black mark for the Miami Beach Commission, that one. Round 13. And let's hope it isn't unlucky for one. And it's back to this unbelievable pace. They started this in the first round, and here it goes again. Well, the old Cincinnati Cyclone certainly living up to that corny tag, isn't he? On and on. And you get the feeling of Arguello saying, yes, all right, pal, just wait until you have a breather and then I'll tag you. And he did. Constant use of the right-hand punch. The experience now of 20 championships by Arguello, championship fights coming out. That's when the great ones are the most dangerous, in the closing rounds. He's been showing it to Pryor long enough. He didn't see that one come in, though. Amazing how Pryor gets back on his toes again, takes a whack like that. Now, that was a stumble there, a slightly low punch and a stumble. He really is granite chin, Pryor, isn't he? I think you can see at this stage why the European Championships have been cut back to 12 rounds, because they really are fighting all on heart and guts now. Well, the hardest game and the loneliest place in the world is the ring, and you can see why. When we're into the 13th round and they've thrown every conceivable punch at each other, and they're still battling for points at the end of that round. Not a mark at all on Pryor. Just getting the wash and brush up treatment. And that's the right hand. A good shot it was too. Caught very square, Pryor. But he absorbed it so well.
6 minutes. Gotta win.
There you go. That's the perfect replay of the right hand.
You got to punch back. Win these 2 last rounds. 6 minutes. You can fight for 6 minutes. We go all day in the gym. We go all day in the gym, all right? You work hard now, come on.
So there you go. 6 minutes. For Alex Arguello, is he 6 minutes away from history to become the first man to win 4 championships at separate weights? Or does Pryor now keep that unbeaten record? It's in no man's land for Pryor. He's never been this far before. Oh, well, what do you know about that? Alexis Arguello, you might have landed a good right-hand punch in the previous round, but you can have some back. Oh, what a good round this is for Pryor. He's actually switched into a higher gear. It's unbelievable, this one. And Alex Arguello, the great champion, is going to get stopped, it seems to me. He's going to get stopped. What a turn-up for the book there. Just when Arguello had stamped his authority in the 12th round, this little unbelievable buzzsaw, Aaron Pryor, switched it on in the 14th round. What a finish that was. He just went to pieces suddenly there. There we go now, looking like the London Underground in a rush hour, the ring, as always. And Arguello still on the floor. And is being tended there by the doctors and, of course, his own seconds. And here's the man, Aaron Pryor, 32 fights unbeaten, and there, sheer exhaustion, it would seem to me. The lightweight champion went out, and they always keep them still. When they're lying down like that, the doctor doesn't want them stamping around the ring. And believe me, when you've seen Arguello, as I have, in so many great championship fights, it's almost unbelievable to see that sad picture of him on the canvas.
Well, he remained on the canvas for about 3 minutes, but he was administered oxygen for 10 minutes after the fight. He was then taken to Jackson Hospital in Miami for observation and for treatment for cuts. It was found he had a broken nose. He is to stay in hospital for 24 hours. That is the first time he's been stopped in 81 contests, but of course he still remains the WBA lightweight champion. Pryor, what an amazing record he has. 32 wins, 30 inside the distance, and that was his 24th consecutive win inside the distance. And he is, of course, still the WBA light welterweight champion.